Wolfenstein Youngblood. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developers. Wolfenstein Youngblood is the first modern co-op Wolfenstein adventure. Team up with a friend or play solo as one of B.J. Blazkowicz's twin daughters and wield a powerful arsenal of new weapons, gadgets and abilities to liberate Paris from the Nazis. Yes guys, Wolfenstein Youngblood is here. It is a co-op Wolfenstein. This is the first time we've ever had this. It can also be played single player with an AI that will follow you around and generally get you killed. Or you can play co-op, and that's the way that it's meant to be played. And let me just say guys, this game has been brought right up to date. This is a modern take on Wolfenstein. Gone is all that toxic masculinity that we've had plaguing the gaming industry for 30 years, and in comes two brand new protagonists which will leave a lasting memory on you after you've played this game. You can play as either Jesse or Sophie. You can choose one of those two, and can I just say guys, they are a breath of fresh air. The whole story is about these two people trying to find their dad, B.J. Blazkowicz, who's probably mansplaining to somebody somewhere and just being horribly toxic. So you have to go and find him, and we don't know where he is because he's hidden, because I don't know why. He has his reasons. I think I know what they might be, but I don't want to speculate. But we don't need him anymore because these two new protagonists are everything that you could want in a first-person shooter. I mean, look at them guys. Look at the fine specimens of human beings that these people are.
Fuck yeah!
And I know what you're thinking, you haters out there. How could such a scrawny little 7-stone teenager like that even handle a big fucking gun? The developers have thought of that as well. You wear these amazing suits, guys. Oh, these suits allow you to double jump. They allow you to pick up even the heaviest of weapons. So there you go, you haters. Get back under the rock that you crawled from under. And I know what you're thinking, oh, but where's the immersion in that? Well, immersion is so last decade. We don't do immersion anymore. Who needs immersion? It's 2019. God, immersion has ruined the movie industry. Look at Star Wars. It took Luke Skywalker 3 fucking movies to become a Jedi. Rey did it in 37 minutes 42 seconds. And she was a better Jedi than Luke Skywalker could ever be. In fact, all Luke Skywalker does now is drink weird juice from the nipples of a monster. Immersion is overrated, no one cares anymore, it's boring and it ruins everything. I mean, you just have to have a look at the background of this actual game, the story, the people that you work for, to see that it's a stroke of genius. And can I just say, I tilt my hat to the writers and the developers of this game. I mean, you don't need discipline. You don't need that. I mean, if you take a look at this clip here, this is the first time that the two, Sally and Mary, killed their very first German with preciseness and discipline. Who couldn't get attached to such amazing characters as that? You just need to have a look at who you're working for in the secret underground catacombs. You don't need ex-SAS or Navy SEALs. You don't need ex-military personnel to plot guerrilla raids against the Nazis. As I say, the story is absolutely fantastic. You are given these amazing quests such as go and find a battery in a box. I mean, guys, we're talking top tier premium quests here, but it gets better, because to go and do that you have to go out into the world, which it kind of resembles a studio set of a movie. But anyway, you go out into this world and there's all kinds of Germans and Nazis all over the place, and little mounted machine guns and auto turrets all over, and you have to fight your way through these people. And I'll come to the fighting in a minute, but you've got to get this about the missions. You'll go out and you'll find your box of batteries and you'll bring it back, and then you'll get sent on another mission to exactly the same place where all the enemies have respawned and everything else is fixed. And then you'll grab what you had to do there, then you'll come back, and then you'll get another mission to go back to the same street. and fight through the same enemies. So all the time you're getting good at fighting the same Germans in the same streets, and it's just amazing. But the best thing about it is that the levels are so small. We don't want big levels anymore where you might get lost. We don't want that happening. I mean, getting lost is not fun in a game, because then you have to use your brains, and then you have to kind of start immersing yourself, and we don't like immersion. Oh, and just in case you do get lost, there's always on your screen a big orange marker telling you exactly where you go, and the developers have kindly disabled every effort that you could make to switch that off. Even if you switch off your entire HUD and put the game on maximum difficulty, you cannot ever get rid of that orange marker. Wow, amazing. So we have these shoebox levels, absolutely tiny they are, but imagine 6 shoeboxes all together, but separated by a toilet roll tube. You know, it's like a doorway from one to the next, but they're all, you just walk through the toilet roll into the next shoebox. But the amazing thing is, once you've walked through the toilet roll and you get to the next shoebox, if you go back, they've all respawned. And everything that you broke is being repaired. It's genius, guys. Absolute genius. It's almost as good genius as if you die and then you go back to a checkpoint because you can't save your game. That's so last fucking decade as well. Why would you want to do that when you have checkpoints that's 15 minutes behind where you actually were when you died? And they don't even give you the ammo back as punishment. So if you use all your clips on, say, a boss, and you've only got a little bit left and then you die, you get put back 15 minutes away with still no ammo. It's amazing. If you do manage to die, you can just res each other, because these girls have magical powers of resurrection. Oh, they have magic. Oh, these girls, my goodness. You see guys, what you have to understand is this isn't Wolfenstein. It's World of Warcraft, and they aren't soldiers, they are rogues and healers and warlocks. That's who these girls are. For example, you can just put your perks in and stealth, you become invisible and run around the lesson stabbing people with your rogue knife, you know. I don't think you can enchant it yet, but I'm sure that'll come in a DLC. But it gets way better than that, guys, because we have mage and priest skills. For example, if I do the thumb up sign to my partner, we both get full health. And then if she does this robotic dance, we get full armor, and you can do that every few minutes. It's it's amazing, guys. I mean, we don't need immersion anymore. What do you want immersion for? Anyway, Wolfenstein's always been about the gunplay. It's always been about that fast-paced first person. I mean, this game invented the first-person shooter with Wolfenstein 3D. My goodness. And the gunplay in this, guys, will not disappoint. Oh, they have done something unique to the gunplay in this, because as much as it's a first-person shooter, guys, it's also an RPG now. It's also an RPG, because it isn't fun running around a fucking game with a bunch of heavy machine guns that sound awesome and just charging into the Germans and just blowing them away, diving into cover, reloading, jumping out, blowing them away, and doing that. That's fucking boring. All this talk of seamless gunplay in games, that's so fucking last decade. We hate that, guys. That's bullshit. What we've always wanted to do is to be able to jump out with our gun and then see a big fucking health bar above the enemy with a secret code on the end, which is either a square or a stripe. You see, if it's a square, you have to hit it with square ammo, because if you're using stripe ammo, it's gonna do pretty much nothing. So you have to look at your gun before you open, find square ammo, square. Oh no, I'm on stripey. Quick, switch to square. I'm on square now. Blam, 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 blam. Oh, but wait a minute. Wait a minute, hey, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Did you check the level of it? Because it might be 3 or 4 levels above you, which means that you'll probably have to put 35,000 clips into it. So you might as well just run away and level up and then come back another day, which means having to go back through all the people that you killed, because they'll all have respawned again, and then go back and do the whole level again, which means going back to the same map. I mean, this is gaming, guys. Forget fluid gunplay. Now you're running around checking the level and what bullets are going to work on each enemy, which means the gameplay is slow and you have to keep switching your weapons and your ammo, and you're kind of like, what was it again? Stripey? Is it stripey coming, or is it square? Is it stripey or square? Is it fucking stripey or fucking square? I do apologise, guys. I've just broken another bell. I'll be right back. I've got a new bell, guys, and let's get serious a second, shall we? Let's get serious. This game is fucking woeful. I mean, it's woeful, guys. In every way, shape and form, except it looks nice and sounds nice. There you go. It looks nice and sounds nice, and something else. The gunplay is great when you're firing the right ammo at the right soldier who's at your level. Then it feels meaty, it feels like a proper game, and it's fun. Sadly, that is very rare that happens. You are constantly changing gun just to fire the right ammo at the right enemy, constantly looking, stealthing through a level to see what level the enemies are, because I'll tell you this, if you come across anybody who's just even 3 or 4 levels above you, they will one-shot you. I don't give a how much armor you've got, how much health you've got, you will get one-shotted. It's an absolute joke, this game. The stealth is a fucking joke. The endless going back through a mission. I know where everything is in these missions. Everything. I know them like the back of my hand. I can fucking replicate the fucking mission out of plasticine. I've done it that many fucking times. It is mind-numbingly boring. Just constantly repeating the same thing over and over again and killing the same enemies over and over again on the same fucking map. Honestly, whoever designed this game wants sacking. It's an absolute appalling mess of a game. The RPG elements do not fit into this type of game at all. No wonder it's only £24. Personally, I wouldn't spend 24 fucking pence on this absolute diabolical fucking game. It just is a disgrace to Wolfenstein. Absolute disgrace to Wolfenstein. We wanted Wolfenstein. What did we get? A big pile of elephant dung. That's what we got. This should have been co-op Wolfenstein. Somebody playing as BJ, somebody else playing as another big fucking soldier guy. It should have been great. It could have been great, but instead it's absolutely fucking terrible. So there you go, guys. Wolfenstein Youngblood. A huge disappointment to a game that I was really looking forward to. In fact, I said not only just 4 days ago, I don't care who I'm playing in this game. I don't even care if I'm playing a fucking penguin, as long as the gunplay and the gameplay is good. Well, my goodness, I set my sights too fucking high. It's shite.